When I come back from that break, my favorite person, or one of my, no, one of my favorites, like my favorite in the gospel space is here. Or ye nipa minim there onyim adekuntra me penasam. One of the reasons I me penasam. Say Erika gospel artist that owa ho brasia. Boy brand wasa ama. Na say if you book him for a show we one. Minim said am no cancel na appointment nyalo. Time on so we do ha mo no. Onyo rekasa nya chede eyi respect chede oh etum le watetem wo fi wa makwan manyankopon only use eyi nya da mu twa wo eyi mu ntro shade but walanka say so say nyankopon use wa awenyim da nyankopon on use nyame na maka say gospel artist na mbuaza nyame na maka wanka say to nyim de mbuaze
mental pressure mo
mental pressure mo Perez Musik
I am as
mental pressure mo
I am as gullible as any other person.
Yes, matter pressure more.
Hey, you're buying pressure from me. I couldn't tell what me idea. Pressure.
Maka most meti.
But everybody and how they are.
Our time how me say me invite to the break show you do. Name to mamba. Eba catch them about day in a day into mamba. Obi bejemisi. We've called you to this show at last minute to cry. And you still come.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has a reason for doing what they are doing, and everybody is driven by a different force, and everybody has a different intention and a different goal. Okay. So probably that informs my decisions, and they also have what informs their decisions. So that's them.
But it's not only music that you do. You do other things aside music.
Yeah, I do other things.
So how are you able to make time, any time that you are needed for music?
For now, the music is my priority.
Okay.
And the music has moved to #1 now. At the point, it was at #3.
Okay.
Now it's back to #1.
#1.
Where it's supposed to be. So for now, my dedication is on the music and making sure I make the best out of what God has given unto me.
Beautiful. Now I say more the beautiful the map will show you the ankasa. So today we are looking at investing in the music production.
Production or promotion? Or
promotion. You've been on your own for quite a while.
Yes.
For quite a very you've been on your own.
Yes.
Many might be considered Salaman who have a for them, but me ya betray. But you need to because you cheat. How easy has it been?
Hey. In that form.
On the form.
No. One was I started. I was telling you, everybody and what drives them. Me when I started, because I knew the home I was coming from, and I mean him say, "Skin nifi," and music na me like if you want to dance supporting music no.
Okay.
But me pe, and I'm a senior me person me and I say, and I'm a pen the drive nene when I woman no. I'm the only person who understands it. So what I did was I educated myself. Okay. And then I invested in myself and invested in my career. So I started buying musical equipment when I was very young. I think maybe SSS. Menyes kakakra no makoto microphone. Menyes kakakra no makoto we no makoto.
Every SS.
Yeah, I started recording when I was in class 5. I started recording going to studio when I was in class 5. When I released an album in SS with a group, Revolution Soldiers. So I've always like me himself music can and person me. But now me ni entiasia no ni ndi na tsese na me pe. So by the time no, because I was passionate about it, no, I educated myself. So for me, I invested in myself. I've been, like you said, I've been on my own for a very long time. It hasn't been easy. I've lost a lot of people. I've lost a lot of friendships. I've lost a lot of relationships and acquaintances because I'm on Timasia. Yeah, people will call you selfish because I'm going to say when you scar auto equipment, but won't be selling scar on mom. But it's not like that. You know, It's a long-term project. And when I'm investing in my music, I'm not looking at making money today. I want to say a long-term project. At the right time, in God's own time, it will pay off. And the good thing for me is that I'm not just doing music, I'm doing gospel music. So I'm not just appeasing or appealing to people's ears, I'm appealing to their souls too as well. So it's a double blessing for me. So for me, I can use my last dime to record and promote my music and go home hungry. I don't care.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't.
So Erika saying, you know, when your man oh mitrim pie he walala. That's like a personal favorite.
Yeah.
Now, in fact, I'm not going to mention the person's name, but nipa oma maybe pet the monyomono.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it compelled me to learn how to sing that song. Yeah. I found over 4 years. It was 5 years.
Are you kidding me?
Inyo.
Yeah.
Inyo.
Wow.
Muha afano oloto. Na muhe mwesi manana ya katikatino oloto nyumuna. Na muso no.
Package.
And you na capture. So since that day, there isn't a day I don't play Hiwalelala.
God bless you.
The next one was playing it and letting my daughter learn it.
God bless you.
Because I am a day. And my daughter, remember be sending you be a ope gospel them. But I made her listen to it once. And it was like, Sugar, the song is nice. And it was on repeat. I met your daughter before. Yes, you met her. You met Insha. And so it was on repeat. And then she asked me the one or boy. Now I'm Uncle Perez. No, so the one I met. No, the song is nice. You know, to see Sian. Honestly, I bear any favorite. And Erika saying, Nani Mibisa, I'm asking myself, Hiwalelala has top charts for months. Is it because you did something extraordinary during the promotion? Another, it was just a good song that just went.
Okay, I think it's a combination of both. But so far, I will not really take the credit for it. I think that I see that it's a combination of both. We put some work into it because if you can remember, I've been in this station this year. My bar has seen more than 6 times. All in the name of promotion. Joy, CTFM. I've been to places in term like in like CMA promoting you know. So promotion in the I promotion but minimum go for my my promotion sense and my
baby said and careful when you promotion.
Go for my promotion a chain near me you know. And still the song hasn't gotten anywhere. So obi say make say you know adom because you be an person make but like when it comes to my music,
you're holding back for
no. When it comes to
say
my
it
music,
all.
When it comes to my music, it has been God taught. You say, okay, don't do this, do that. Okay, release this song. It's a good song, but release it. It might not go far, but leave it there. We'll come back to it. Go here, go that. You know, so I just move with that voice. And so far, it hasn't failed me. God hasn't failed me. He hasn't failed me at all. So sometimes I sit back and I ask him, say, hey, I mean, so there, but I realize that when it's what drives you that matters. Yeah, what drives you that matters. I'm not doing music because I want to be famous. Sometimes I even run away from. I even run away from it because.
You do?
And if people in my area will tell you, I like to feel free.
Okay, I went power.
Today like this, I was walking. Like I said, I wanted to eat pork, so I went to buy it. I went to buy it myself. I went to stand there. I bought my thing. I bought my kinky. When I was coming, I saw a browning cat here. I stopped here. I bought some. When I was walking back, I got down from the taxi and I was walking. I was chewing my thing. I like to feel free, you know.
It feels good to feel free.
Yeah, it actually feels. But then, you know, it also puts some pressure on me. So me, I'm not doing gospel music because I want to be famous. I'm not doing gospel music because I want to be rich. I'm doing gospel music because it gives me fulfillment and it also brings hope. Like, when I hear the testimonies of Hiwalelala, it gives me so much joy. Recently, I went for a naming ceremony. A woman said when she was having complications through her pregnancy, like the last trimester of her pregnancy, and even giving birth, and the song she kept playing was that song. I had somebody who said that when they were in the labor ward, all they made the people play at the labor ward was a Walalala. And funny enough, it has always been around childbirth. Childbirth. And I have someone who said they were thinking of suicide and they heard the song, and so these things, these testimonies, like, I mean, these are works that when you leave them for generations to come, it will make impact. I mean, what's more satisfying than that? Than building a house that will rot after 50 years if you don't maintain it, or buying a car that after 3-4 years is not.
It loses its value completely.
And you have to go and buy another car just to keep up appearance. No, it's not. I mean, those things for me, Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, and all other things. For me, those things I see them as all other things, because the kind of ministers I follow and I listen to, when you listen to their testimonies, realize that no, Charlie, there's a higher calling to life than just living it. So.
Perez.
Yes.
Asema can make it papa.
But.
Nti say anyuma lutu we nyina. Say if you don't really get money out of it.
No, I'm not saying I don't get money.
Will you be okay?
No.
No, it's not based on the ABM Pescao. You're doing God's work. From everything you've said. Nyankopon or direct everything that you do. But if, after following everything that God says you should do, that's still now you don't make it financially, would you still do it?
I mean, it depends on your definition of. I'm sure you're trying to talk about success. It depends on your definition of success. Like when you say somebody doesn't make it financially, what is it? What do you mean?
As in, sika.
Like to see money in my account.
I always say that we are all in business to make money.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Money, Bible says money
answer it all,
of course.
But say enyum to we say enyes fima.
See, I went on a covenant with God. I told God that I'll do your work, but there are some things I want you to do for me.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it on TV.
Definitely. Only between now and when.
Yes, but He's doing it.
Okay.
And for me, mind you, I am not a mediocre person. I have taste, me. I have taste. I know what is good. I know nice things in life. I know the best cars to drive. I like to be comfortable. I like to drink the best, whatever I need to drink. It has to be like when I have to eat. I like to. I mean, when I like to eat, I have to eat. I know I'm not a mediocre person at all. Not for a second, but I'm satisfied. I'm very satisfied. You understand? I'm not mediocre. I aim for the best, and definitely that's where we are going to. But one thing I'm telling you is that seek ye first, like all other things. These other things, they follow you. You don't go after them.
Don't go after them.
Do you understand? I don't want to live my life, and all I'm thinking about is trying to save enough money to buy a particular car. No, that's not life. Do you understand? And to be very honest with you, every successful person on this earth has never lived like that. They always thought about how they can affect humanity. And these things follow them. The Bill Gates and all Jeff Bezos, all these big people when you talk, they never thought about money when they were starting. What they have been called to do is what they focused on. Do you understand? And now, I mean, what car can't they buy? What houses can they live in? Do you understand? We don't. For me, I mean, everybody, I'm not saying that this is how life is supposed to be. Be honest, and you're living a life. And be honest, only fear with free more, like what they've been taught. But this is me. This is me. I'm not doing music. That doesn't mean that somebody will call me for a show and I'm going to say that I'm going to just appear and not perform and not take any money. No, that's not it.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that that's not my focus. That's why I'm not going to walk around promoting my music because I want to make a hit and I want to gain material. I'm promoting my song because I feel like there are ears that must hear it and lives that must be transformed from it. So I can take my own money from my pocket and promote it and not really care. Do you understand? So that's where I'm coming from in terms of the question that you asked when it comes to promotion. And I always say that there was no way I would have survived this long to this place in ministry on my own if I didn't have that mindset. You understand? If I didn't have that mindset,
maybe so them questioning actually because I know the viewers will bear me witness on this. I've had a lot of gospel artists. Sure, I think gospel artists are what show you do, or also class and secular artists are what show you do.
So, fraternity.
You get it. But then, minim say, oh yeah, na what there, another gospel artist no pina what there. What can the man or chere wo wa ho brasea? But then I've asked the same question, and maybe so. Maybe, sir, God knows how many gospel artists. And the answer has always been one. Nyakopona ma miska still me. Mekobo show na we ntua makawa still me.
No, media magic.
Me, they make it look as if money is not really part of the business.
No.
Money is not really supposed to come out of the business.
No.
Nyakopona more message, you know. Bible say nyamena samam bakwa unless it has done that which is purpose to do. Into no, and nyumana nyakoponza mandon to no. It has a purpose. Until when the song does that purpose, or you're okay.
You see, I don't want to sound like I'm contradicting myself. I answered the question based on the context of the question that you asked.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about the business, it's a holistic thing. Do you understand? It's a holistic thing. For me, like I told you, I'm not doing the music because I want to make money. That's not.
Yeah, what to your cow?
Yes, and you see, there's a structure that needs to be run in the if this thing has to continue. Do you understand? Even though sometimes I can go for a gig, like yesterday I went for a gig. The money they gave me, I shared it for my people I was working with.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because that structure is more. That structure needs to move. So if I go and do music and I make money out of the music, or I go and play a show and they give me money out of the show, I'm not looking at using that money that has been given to me to buy the next available car that I can buy or to. I don't know if you get what I mean. When I get that money, it goes back into the structure that I'm trying to put in place. Because there are other people I'm working with. And the people I'm working with, and you'll be on a what's anti me what as a person.
Okay.
I don't know if you get my point.
So
there's a whole business around it, but the purpose and the aim for doing what I'm doing is not to what's the word? Is it eulogize myself? There's a word. I don't want to. It's not to promote myself. Not to let me try. I don't like talking like this, but to be very honest with you, there are some musicians gospel musicians that their lifestyle is even more known than their music. There are people who clearly do music as a way of getting to the top. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You understand? I'm into gospel music because it's the easiest way to get into the forefront, for people to know me and for me to push myself as a person. That's what I'm talking about. You understand? But when it comes to what you're saying, like a church, the church must run. It's a system. That's why we take offering. That's why your tithe is very important to the church. Your tithe does not go into the pastor's pocket, like the way people make it look. I mean, it depends on the kind of church you attend. But as for me, I know my church tithe does not go into my pastor's pocket.
But the thing is, even if it's going into my pastor's pockets,
God says I should pay. I'm supposed to obey. Exactly.
Whatever they use it for is not my business. It's not your business.
It's
not my business.
But I just want to clear that notion. You know, the church has to run. Electricity bills must be paid. There are staff who work in the church who feed their family from working in the church. They have to be paid. The church has to expand. You know, we have to build. You know, the church must go. The properties must be bought for the church. Some of the churches have schools and things. So yeah. But on the other side, you realize that there are some churches that the pastors are like gods in the church. You understand? Yet though, the church remains, if it's one structure, it's one structure.
The man
It has been like that for 10, 20 years. The only person who's going in the church is the pastor. So that's what I'm talking about. You understand? So even in the we gospel musicians, there are two kinds. There are few people who I believe have the kind of mindset, and I also watched some of them and I studied their life and I learned from it, and you can see how they are expanding. Constantly they are expanding. And then there are the other people too on the other side, and you can see that now you even know them as the people than even their music. Do you understand? And the music the music we do is Christ.
So I can't know you more than the Christ you're talking about.
No. No, I can't. No.
Matawasi. Yanko wonyum no do. You have a new one.
Chelsea.
Offending.
Chelsea, Almighty Father.
Muhuto.
No way, I'm bringing another one.
Ono maya muhuto. Muhwa the maya chede muhuto.
Like actually,
number.
I know my very, very favorite song.
Ono muma.
Yeah, I love that song.
Not Hiwalelala.
I love that song. I really love that song. Yeah.
That's on the title. No, Chedden.
Almighty Father.
Almighty
yes.
Father.
It means like Almighty Father, like how do you say it in Chi? Like you're full of wonders. Yeah,
okay. Okay.
Like how do you say wonders? You're wonderful.
And I won't hear one.
Yes. Yes, one we need. What body you na dear dance say we are one we need.
Perez, have you ever done a request song?
When you say request, what do you
mean? These songs that is mostly like requesting something from God, those kind of things. And iradi mejume, iradi mawari, iradi miwe. Do you do songs like that?
I can't remember. I've done a lot of songs. I don't know that, but I'm sure probably at a point I may have. Why you have a problem with those kind of songs?
Maybe so because one. When your mom made saying, and I haven't heard a request song in it.
Okay.
And then two, maybe say Sido there. So if you haven't done a request song, because all your songs, my mate saying are more like telling God who He is, worshiping His Majesty. Why do you write that? Na ensure na areho sam numu na nkrofo esu kakra ni rade mahawi na we esu na me yare bei ehwa.
I think it depends as a creative and as an artist and as a gospel musician. I think it depends on the space that I am in at a particular time and the kind of message that God wants to route through me. So usually, but to be very honest with you, I think you're right to some extent.
I'm right.
Yeah, because for me, I constantly want to let God know that I trust in Him regardless. Because to be very honest with you, I've written songs that encourages in periods that I was very, very discouraged. Yeah. One of my dream questions, like, you're making me think, I think, But like I'm saying, as an artist, it depends on the kind of mood and the kind of setting that you are in at a particular time.
So let me tell you the main reason why I asked you this question. When we were speaking earlier, I came about Hiwalelala, the testimonies that you have received and all that. I remember there was a particular time, I don't remember whether it was a week, no, it was a weekday, because I'm a Bejuma. But then that day, I'm sorry, there was some sadness, like deep sadness. I was just lying down, normally, so no,
like the spirit of sorrow came upon you.
Now, why they be born BS? I don't know how to describe it, but I was really going through a lot that day. And it wasn't as if no, I hadn't received any bad message, nothing. And so the whole man, my phone, na me po Hiwalelala. So it was there. Then I started listening. To me, the TV was on in the bedroom. So I was watching a movie, but still there was Hiwalelala in the background. Then suddenly I started feeling like I was calming down. Then I calmed down completely. By the time it was time for me to come to the studio, I had calmed down completely. Yeah. And until now, I still don't know as I know yam. It
happens.
But then, after I had calmed down, so this was actually a personal question. The song I listened to, or exalt what I was going through. It was rather exalting God. But then sometimes you go to churches and you'll be invited to events and programs, Christian events and programs and all that. And then during worship moments, or exalt the pain that the person is going through.
Yeah.
And they will be all over the place crying and all that. And this is where my question came from. Or exalt and pain.
I mean, when you read the Psalms, there are different Psalms in the Bible. Like, not all the Psalms were written by David. Other people wrote Moses. Like, it's a collection of poetry and music that has been put into one book, and we made a Psalm. I mean, when you read it, there are times that the writer of the particular Psalm, there are times that they're actually sad, but most of the things that I've realized about it is that, especially the ones that David wrote, anytime he talks about how sad he is, he talks about how whatever he's going through and everything, he always ends by exalting God and by telling God how great he is and how he depends on him. There's nothing wrong in singing about your situation. There's nothing wrong in singing about what you're going through. Or if a musician does that, there's nothing wrong with that. But it is the conclusion that matters. It's the conclusion that matters. If I'm going through stuff and I accept that this is what I'm going through and I want to live with it, that's not where it's supposed to be concluded. But if I'm going through stuff and I accept that this is not my end, whatever I'm going through must change at a point, it will change at a point, and you do that, definitely you're going to get the kind of results that you want from it.
Beautiful. What can Obi me here na me reply a message. Obi I send a message there. You are one of the best gospel artists, OT.
My head
and
is
he's
swelling.
really enjoying the interview.
My head is swelling.
Oh. Oh, look at you.
I'm just kidding.
Look at you. Oh, wait, my time in Oria was saying.
Oh, Sisia.
And you, Sisia, alone. Come on, Esha, time.
You know, I speak fancy small.
Ah. Ntaka fantina me yaka bro show you dia. Na nya na mbisa fantina na nkran ka chem da fantina la nya dinti.
You know the funny thing? I think mutum ka fantino a little better than the tree.
Anti ka fante.
Onya correct biasa.
Onya she kandamala.
Automatic.
E kan e better ase.
Mate.
Enyum fofo ntatin we fi mutim bi. Mo wadi gunta enyum fofo ma bra ho da.
Aba nyuma. Cheofe no. Cheofe.
Cheofe.
Cheofe. Oh, but because of the song Cheofe.
Okay, Cheofe.
Yes. Cheofe, like you're bigger than everything.
You're bigger than everything. Yes, how is it doing?
Oh, it's steadily, like it's growing steadily. I released that song just before my concert, the Glorified concert, and that was when my mom also passed away around that time. So something I really like to talk about. By the grace of God, we've buried her. I'm sure she's resting in peace.
But how are you doing?
I'm holding on. So I couldn't really push the song.
Then I'm holding on the answer fast.
Oh no, I'm fine, because that's not what we're talking about. I'm just telling you.
No, that's not. But I'm asking like genuinely.
How are you? I'm good.
I'm just asking.
I'm good. Like
I'm
good.
Going to go inside.
I'm good. Oh, I'm very good.
You're very good.
Yeah, I'm very good.
That's
I'm very good. So I've not really been able to promote the song and follow it like I was supposed to. I don't know, but I think whatever it is, the timing is right at the right time. Don't worry, we'll come.
At the right time will come.
Yeah, and there's one thing I want to talk about, if you permit me. I know I don't have time. I'm actually doing a charity project. Remember the last time I came, I talked to you about this boys thing that we want to do. So
in fact, you were surprised I even knew about it.
Yeah. So
how is it going?
We are starting. I was say BBI was here. Yeah, so I finished with the funeral and everything, and now I want to focus on that. So now we are collecting clothes. Like if you have old clothes, if you have toys, anything you want to support. We want to have an event, possibly by the end of this month. Like an open event, like an open party for these kids. Bring them together in one place. I mean, get a vibe and a sense of who they are on the streets and really understand them. And then from there, we might be able to pick one or two that we can help. So if you're out there and you want to help us, the number to WhatsApp or call is 059 70 99700. 059 70 99700. Or you can hit me up on Instagram at Perez Musik 233. Perez Musik, PerezMusik 233 on IG, Twitter, anywhere. Just hit me up. It's the same handle. And Yankasa. Then let's talk about it and see how.
Obi Pero support with Ska. What to my supporter?
Oh yes, why not?
Beautiful.
Why not?
So what to my send that them number na
No. You if you contact us,
we'll find right channel to send it.
Because you know it's people's money. You have to be accountable for it. So it's not just about taking the donation. Yeah, I want to be accountable. For me, as at now, at this particular stage, if you can, rather convert the money into something, buy maybe a pack of water or whatever, and we'll come and pick it up. Or buy more clothes, you know, something for now. When we get to the place where we can take money, we'll take money. But for now, I don't want to go and take anybody's money on back. I say, give you money. I'm say, Obiacho, Land Cruiser, be now to my make. I say,
Matters. Now, in Turner's, you know, is there an age limit?
Oh, like starting from like 6 years and upwards. Or you any dress you have, bring it. Say 17-year-olds. Even you can even give us some of your clothes, because there are young girls on the streets who can wear your clothes.
Who can wear?
And there are some of them to have babies. You understand? So even if you have a baby, I mean, any age we'll collect. Any age.
But what motivates you to do this?
Like I always say, I know where I'm coming from, you know. Like where I'm living even right now. A lot of them around. I mean, we need to, it's not just about us. Life is not just about us waking up in the morning, eating 3 square meals and going back to bed. There's a reason why you are where you are and somebody is where they also are. So you also have to find a way to also, at least. And for me, I think it complements my ministry.
God bless you.
See the way I'm saying God bless me. I don't want to just say God bless you to somebody. I want to be the person that God will use to bless. So when you're telling me that, as I'm saying that God should bless me, who should be the person that God should use to bless me? You are saying God bless me substantially.
I have to be a blessing.
So when I say,
you would also be a blessing
to the person. So when I'm telling somebody that God bless the person, and I have the opportunity to be the source of the blessing, why not?
Don't worry, I'll be a blessing. I'll be a source of a blessing.
Oh no, I better go.
Don't worry,
like I told you. I mean, be a blessing to the kids.
In fact, the Momo number, in fact, I asked for myself.
It's not a Momo number.
No,
it's actually not. I'm registered on Momo.
I asked about it for myself. But I know somebody out there would want to support.
Yeah, I know.
But I may be saying, Mama, Ebia, I went pede and yarding check. Nipado, a home my yaziche, a yazicha, or welcome. Ebanu when you are Jenny Jebby show my baby of a yazip welcome him or your day. Perez, see if when you meet a young Korean fan of him.
Oh, Ed, you can just Google my name on. You can just Google the name. The song.
They are popular.
Oh no, I mean it's a system. It's a no, and yes, celebrity system. A system, a Google system. When you put it there, and we put it there because of you want to find. Why you want to put me in there? It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify and it's on Boomplay. It's on Boomplay, like it's banging on Boomplay. So yeah, I mean, almost every Ghanaian is using Boomplay now. And you might home. Yeah, all my songs are there. All my songs.